Good morning. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing the video on the second half of my What Solds, which would have been this past weekend, December 10th through the 12th. It's been an amazing month, but I am so looking forward to turning everything off, putting my store on time away, and taking the next probably week off. You know, a part of me is wondering, is this a big mistake? It's right before Christmas, but a part of me is like, I've not had any time off this year at all. I saw somebody else just this week, probably on Facebook, saying, you know, make sure you give yourself some holidays and some time off. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, it's still going to be work because we're going to be sourcing. But that's the best part of this job, and it's the part that I love the most. So I'm so looking forward to it. We're planning on leaving early, or earlier than we anticipated, and driving part of the way to Nashville, and then get up the next morning, go to the Nashville bins. There's 2 of them there for a couple of hours, and then head on to St. Louis, and then hopefully maybe even stop real quick at those bins before we head on to Robert's parents' home. So it's going to be fun. All right, let's get into the What Solds. Now, my best sell actually this past weekend was on Facebook. But just a large variety of things. But of course, always the most thing that sells for me are the stuffed animals. I think my numbers are down right now because I'm not listing as much as I'm selling, which is a good problem to have. I probably have like close to 5,000 stuffed animals in my store. So of course that's going to be the majority. All right, this first item, I picked this up just a few weeks ago at a yard sale with my sisters. It was I bought a bunch of golf club covers. I'm pretty sure I paid $2 each. I've sold most of them already. I think I've got 1 or 2 left. This is the Affleck Duck club cover, and it sold for $10.25. This next item, I'm pretty sure I picked it up at the Goodwill bins. It was a vintage stuffed bear, 24 inches. It's the carnival style. This one had like paper around, like eyelashes around its eyes, and then like a poofy plastic nose, in relatively good condition considering it was probably, I would think, my guesstimate is probably the 60s, and yet that poofy nose was still in great condition. I was surprised. I have listed it forever, and so I finally got an offer on it and sold it for $12. I just taken up too much space. I got to do an inventory. So the more stuff I sell, the better. And I've taken a whole lot of lower offers this month, just trying to move older inventory. Because even if I paid $1 or less, if it sells for $6 or $7, I'm okay with that, because I'm making space. I'm getting ready to bring a trailer load of stuffed animals back from this sourcing trip. So I need the space. It's time to clear it out. This is Mr. Christmas. It was a porcelain music box, like a trinket box, but a little bit bigger than a normal trinket box. Very cute. If you find Mr. Christmas stuff, definitely check the comps. There's lots of like animated or music box type things. There's bells, there's carousels, there's just so much. Maybe one of these days I'll do a video on just some of the Mr. Christmas stuff to be watching for. It's an amazing thing to find. And if my sisters and I are together, it's as soon as one of us sees it, it's like dibs. But this trinket box ended up selling for $17.95. This is a Kohl's Panda Bear. Again, I love to pick up Kohl's. Very good quality. they only have certain things. It's like seasonal for them. Like if you go in there right now, maybe all of the plush that they have in that series is Pooh or a movie that's getting ready to come out. So once it's done, I'm not quite sure if you can get it again, except, you know, through the online platforms. This panda did sell for $9.95. This is a Peanuts puzzle. This is from my, the haul that we did from Finders Keepers way long time ago. We paid $1 for, we went on there on a Wednesday and everything's $1 on that day. And I bought carts and carts of stuff. It was puzzles and backpacks and just binders, all kinds of stuff. I think I'm down to one more of these puzzles, but I did take a best offer on this one of $16. This is a craft light paper cutter. I think this is something Robert picked up at an estate sale. I can't remember what he paid. Probably $1 or so, and it sold for $14. I spelt this wrong. I'm not even sure how that happened, but this is the Pookie Bear, which belongs to Garfield. I've actually sold 2 of them this past week, 2 different types of one, but this Pookie Bear did sell for $22.45. It should be ending in a Y, not an I. I'm not sure how I did that. I wonder if it was on the tag. Highly doubtful though. Oh, there isn't even a tag. This, I received a message from a mom who bought this. It's a German stuffed animal, and her child had been given one from relatives that lived in Germany. I'm pretty sure I found it at the bins. And she said just the night before their puppy had destroyed it, and she had a devastated child. We upgraded the shipping to priority, and she's already sent me a message just thanking me. And I just, you know, this is the messages that you get that make it worthwhile. Make it, you know, there's a lot of resellers out there that say toys are blah, blah, blah. Don't do toys. They're, you know, whatever. But, you know, when you get messages like this, you know, it makes it. Toys are an interesting niche. You know, I sell a lot, but I have a lot. But made me happy. I've talked about this. This is Baby Alive. The bottle was marked Baby Alive, but the pacifier wasn't, but the tip was just like it. So I'm assuming they were a set. I received so many lowball offers on this. I had somebody tell me that my price was ridiculous, but I just left it and kept going, and I sold it for $35.95. Definitely keep your eye out for Baby Alive doll bottles, pacifiers, their clothes, anything. They do really well, especially the older ones. This was from the estate sale that I just did a haul on. We paid $15, fill a bag. This was one of the items I picked up. The packaging was all crunched, but it was still sealed. First thing I sold from that haul, and I took a best offer of $10 on it. It's just one of those needlepoint kits. I've sold several things. In fact, there's another thing on here. I've already recouped all my money from that, and I still haven't hardly listed anything from there. This is a Carter's Rabbit Rattle Ring plush. Little bit large. It's like 9.5 inches. Again, I always pick up Carter's, whether it's going to sell for $5 or $50. I'm still going to always pick it up. And I sold this for $8.96. These are called Play School Touch-Ems. There was a couple of different ones in this series. This is the one I have probably found 3 or 4 times. I think it's just blast from the past because I sell them quite often and quickly. But I did take, oh no, it did sell for the $11.66. Let me just show you. It's just, you can grab, and it makes, I think there's a bell or something rattle in it. These were from my dollhouse lots that I've been picking up this summer. This was just one of the moms and dads, and I took a best offer of $13 for it. This is Rosie from Caillou. It's his little sister. It's a 7.5-inch doll cloth, and she sold for $15 best offer. We picked a bunch of these up at the Goodwill bins on one of our sourcing trips. It was probably have a quarter in them, maybe. These are just little tiny tins, and they're empty. There was no tea in them. And I have sold pretty much most of them. I did take a best offer on this Formosa one for $8. I think I featured these in my last haul. These are the VTech Go Smarts. I pick them up quite often. I have started listing them for like $9.95 for 2 of them because it keeps the shipping under £1. And let's see, I sold these for $9.95. I have been selling the heck out of this Linux flatware. Bought a whole 12-piece setting with some more accessories for $30 at an estate sale. And somebody bought all 3 sets. I've been dividing them into sets of 4. So I had 3 sets of 4, and this person bought all of them. These were the appetizer forks, so they ended up paying $27. Best offer. These are little doll shoes. They looked vintage to me. I didn't use that word. I just gave measurements. They're little vinyl shoes. I had a whole lot of people offering me $3, $4. I don't normally sell shoes separately, but these were just unique, and I thought, I'm just going to do it. And I ended up selling them for best offer of $7.25. But they're just little 3-inch doll shoes. This is American Greetings. I like that brand. It doesn't do, it's like Hallmark. It's my bread and butter. They do okay. This is Blossom the Bunny. Probably if you see that tag off of her, she probably need a bath, and so I just take the tags off, and then after she's been cleaned and dried, I just put the tag back with it, but I didn't attach it. But I did sell her for $8.96. This is another Carter's monkey plush. I've talked about this. Definitely always check the comps if you see Carter's monkeys. Sometimes they sell for, you know, $6, $8. Sometimes they sell for $50. I just sold one last week for $50. I've had this one for a while. I think I bought a bag, and there were several different monkeys in there, and I decided to separate them all out. This was the last one, and it sold for $8.96. I think I had somebody ask me about my prices. I always, when I list something, I always end it with 95 cents. There's some people who like to do the whole dollar. Some people do 99 cents. My husband, on the clothing when we list it, I use 68 cents as the end of the price. It's the year he was born. Just something to make it different. But then I always put my store on sale. Sometimes it might be 6%, sometimes it might be 10%. I don't normally go above 10%, but I pretty much have a consistent sale. That's why when you see stuff selling and it's 96 cents or, you know, 7 cents, 11 cents, it's because it's been on sale or I've taken a best offer. But all of my stuff starts with 95 cents. Or if I do an auction, I do 99 cents. It's just, we all have our little quirks, right? This is a My Banky security blanket. This one was Sarah. She's a little duck. They come in like 2 sizes. This is the smaller size. It's really like 24 or 25 inches from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet. They all have the head, the feet, and when you flip it over, they have some kind of, you know, tail feathers or a tail if it's a dog or whatever. But then they have the big one that's like 48 inches. They're huge. This was one of the smaller ones. Sarah sold for $14.36. This also is from my Fisher-Price dollhouse lots that I've purchased. I did end up taking a best offer of $35 on this. This is another one of those times when I listed it originally, the price was up. And so I kind of match what comps are at the time, but I always make it a point to check my comps again when I get offers, especially if I think it's much less than I wanted it to be, because sometimes the prices just kind of go down with the market, and I could wait, but I have made all of my money back on this, and I'm just hoping I can get all these dollhouse stuff sold through so that when I'm ready to start purchasing more, I'll have the space. All my stuff has individual spaces, like all the dollhouses go together, all the little people go together, all the baby loveys go together. That's just kind of how I store everything. Yes, I could make more space, a bigger tote or something, but at this point it works for me. These next two, the person bought them separately, not even at the same time, and I just happened to notice so that I could put them together in the same package. But these were Hershey's candy. This first one came from my online estate sale. I ended up selling it for $10.95, and then this other one I think I picked up at the Goodwill bins or something, and it sold for just the $5.36. But at least I was able to get them combined and shipped out together. I just started doing the scan sheets. I had never done that before, and it's kind of hard to see when it's one person's bought two different things. For some reason, I could always figure it out before, but this time I'm having a hard time. It's so new to me. I'm just kind of learning. It's kind of cumbersome, but I'm trying to help my post office out by doing these scan sheets for them. This is a dandy snowflake teddy bear. These are seasonal plush. I think every year they put out stuff, and then you have your collectors who want to get the whole series. Usually there's a boy and a girl. This one's just one of them from 2017, and it sold for $14.36. Another big plush. I've had quite a few sales of big stuff that I'm just, my totes are decreasing in size so that I'll have room for all this new stuff that's coming. This is Play School Barney bongo drums. I'm pretty sure I picked it up at a yard sale, probably featured it, tested it, and it did work, and I sold it for $22.45. Barney's always a good thing to pick up. The electronics, you know, unless they're still working when you pick them up, you know, you run that risk that it's not going to work, and I get quite a few of those types. These, if you see these at yard sales for a quarter or 50 cents or whatever, I pick them up. You know, you don't have much in them. These are vintage plastic wall hangings. This series is from Burwood. There's another one, I can't remember the name right now, but I think Homco put stuff out like this. This one's obviously Humpty Dumpty. I had it listed a little while, but it's so easy and small. It's just cute, and you know, you're saving something for somebody who's going to, you know, probably put this in a nursery. I did sell it for $7.95. This is Wells Fargo. It's a bank in our region. I'm not sure how big it is as far as nationally. They have a whole series of horses that they put out. Some of them sell for quite a bit. This isn't one of them. This one sold for $8.96. I picked this up at a Goodwill. I think I paid $2 or $3 for her. This is from Kurt Adler, which is definitely one of those things to be manufacturers to be looking for. Some of his stuff does really well. He has like some of the glass figures, ornaments and stuff like this. This one had a little bit of paint wear. It was still cute, but it was that fabric mache. So you got to be really careful with them because, you know, they're fragile. But I did sell Minnie Mouse for best offer of $10. I just picked these up recently at an estate sale. I want to say I paid $1 a DVD. So I may have paid $3 for this. I'm not sure if it was $2 or $3. They ended up not being as great a thing as they used to be. I'll make my money back. I did sell this set. It's still sealed. There's 3 DVDs for $9. This is one of those things I'm sure I've had years. And with the ending and doing sell similar, all of a sudden I had interest in it, and I did sell this monkey for best offer of $12. It was at the point where if there's a lot of things, if I get a decent offer, I'm accepting it. It just needs to go. And $12 is a really good price for a plush. These were from the Fill-A-Bag also estate sale that we went to. So, you know, we bought a bunch of stuff. I didn't think these etched ones had as great a resale value as some of the others that we've listed. Now, I mean, I've sold stuff for over $100 that was brass. I listed these, I think, for $24.95. Sold immediately for best offer of $20. So I might need to do a little bit more research. This is the last of the Hallmark's animated snowmen that I purchased this year. I think this came from the first time that I bought a bunch of them for $5 each. And I sold this snowman for $29.66. But they are officially all sold. These are selling again. I sold a bunch of them initially, and then it was a dry period, and now, maybe because I relisted, I've sold quite a few again. These were Burger King Pokemon Pokeballs from 1998. I bought a bunch for $1 each at an estate sale, and I have sold almost every single one of them for $15 each. And that's what I took on this one, best offer. This is Baby Starters. Some of their loveys do really well. This is a sock monkey. It's okay. It's my bread and butter. You know me. I pick up all loveys, pretty much. And I sold the sock monkey for $10.25. Just another brass. I had lots of people putting this on their watch list, and I kept sending out $10 offers, and I didn't get a bite. So this last time I sent out a $9 offer, and they accepted. So it's just a little brass 4.5-inch pineapple. This is again another lovey, Carter's little frog that says smile on the lovey, and he sold for $14.95. This was just a plain old vintage looking bear that had the belly of a jack-o'-lantern. There was no tag, so I didn't know who the manufacturer was, and it sold for $9. I wrote pumpkin down, so that threw me off. $9. Now this was a surprise. This is a Joseph Originals porcelain figure. I got it from that $15 Fill-A-Bag estate sale. When I got home, and I may have done it because, believe me, it was in a bag full of stuff, I realized one of the roses on the back of the headdress was broken. So I thought I was just going to go ahead and put it over in my booth for a couple of dollars. But I learned my lesson this time from that Peanuts fiasco that I did. I went and looked at some of the solds, and come to find out somebody else had sold one with one of the roses broken off the front. And mine's in the back and you can't even see it. So I went ahead and listed it, and again, sold immediately, took a best offer of $23.50. So just because it's broken, check the comps. For those of you who don't remember the story, I bought a Peanuts ceramic house, and when I got home I realized Woodstock was broken off the front, so I went and put him in my booth. I think I sold it for $10 at my booth, and then I was looking through comps to do my video on it, saw that one of them had sold for $99, and when I went and looked at the description, it had the same exact wood stock broken off, and it sold for $99. So just because there's damage, make sure you check the details of a listing when you're doing comps. I think Robert picked this up at an estate sale. Probably paid $5 for it if I remember right. I can remember the house. I bought some sewing books and stuff there. It was a lot of neat stuff. Again, I listed this for parts or repair, and see if you notice right here, the condition says for parts or not working. That was an actual category that you could put it into. Not everything has that if you're going to sell it for parts or repair, but if there is, definitely choose that when you aren't for sure that it's going to be working properly. It turned on, it had static, I had no clue how it worked, and I ended up taking a best offer of $25 on it. Me and electronics, it's one of those things I am not comfortable with. This is a Gons duck-billed platypus from 1989. I've done really well with platypus. It's just one of those plush animals that seems to be highly sought after. I did sell this one for best offer of $14. This is a Vermont Teddy Bear Company Plush. I picked them up. They're kind of heavy. So the shipping's usually a little bit up, and I usually get, I've said this several times, probably about $10, especially if I don't have clothes and everything on it. And I did sell this bear for $10. But if you're paying $1 or so, or at the Goodwill bins, you know, you might pay $1, $1.50. I picked this up at a thrift store. I think I paid like $3 for it. It's actually, I shouldn't have used that as the first picture. And it took a while, but it's a little ice cream set. And I got a really sweet message from the person who said her parents, she's actually was trying to find 2 of these. Her parents love ice cream, and they sit and eat ice cream together every single night. So she was buying this one for her dad. She sent me a best offer of $18 on it, and that's what I ended up selling it for. I hope she gets the second one because it is a cute little set. All right, Facebook. Facebook's still doing good. I did notice the other day I was just kind of looking through it to see if I could find any more stuff to buy. And it said 5 more days and the free shipping is going to be over. I thought it was through the end of the month, but I have a feeling they may end it sooner than people are thinking it's going to happen. They did that last month when they did it. These are scramble square brain challenging puzzles. It's only 9 little squares, but each side has a piece of whatever. These are dragonflies, and when you put the puzzles in a 3x3 array, the dragonflies have to be the right way. I had tons of these when I was a teacher. My kids loved them. This was from my online estate sale. It was a Pine Animals from Dole, pineapple dinosaur type thing. I sold it on Facebook for $11. This was Paw Patrol. I almost made a boo-boo on this. I had another one that's larger than this that looked very similar. I packed it up and I was like, wait a minute, my weight's wrong. And you know, with Facebook, you cannot change the weight. And then I realized that I had the wrong one, so went back and got it. But I sold this for $12. This is from Imaginext. I have the Riddler car, but I have the Joker with it. It was just one of those. I bought a bunch of them. I was divvying stuff out. He wasn't going to be worth a lot by himself, so I just stuck him with this. Sold it for $12 on Facebook. This is my big sale for the weekend. This is an Eden Oshkosh Bigosh. It was from my online estate sale, and a person sent me a message saying she had this with, I think, her son when he was very young. Somewhere along the ways, I think they lost it, and she was getting this for Christmas as a surprise. And she asked if I would take $50, and I changed the price. Now, I did have an Etsy and a Mercari sale. I've had 6 sales on Etsy, and for almost $300. So I really, when I get back off my vacation, I think I'm going to be doing a lot of cross-listing to Etsy. This is a Seymour D. Fair Pelican plush. He was from the Louisiana World Exposition back in the 80s. It was the mascot for that fair. That's what I'm thinking. And I ended up selling him for $37.95. And then Mercari. This was a brown bear plush from Animal Adventure 2009, and I sold it for $12. So that's it. I've got so much to do. It's like once we decided we were going on this vacation, it's just like everything. I'm trying to get Christmas ready. I'm trying to get work done and just crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go. Bye.